Bro, what's up, Ryan? Oh, gosh. Been around. Just living, doing my thing. Taking a little breather from posting, I guess. What have you been up to? Ryan, I've been following you a long time. I appreciate it. Gus says, you still on TRT? Yes, sir. Charlie says, hello, Noah. How are you doing today? I'm good. I'm good. Just had the impulse to check in with you guys, say hi. So here I am, working, school. What are you in school for, Ryan? Cybersecurity. Jeez. That sounds kind of cool. Junk says, hey, Noah, thanks for your work. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Emma says, hello, hello. Sending well wishes to all here. I like that. Sending that right back to you, Emma. Charlie says, when are you going to build your famous arc? Done, actually. I appreciate you asking that. I recently just finished. I think this iteration of the arc is going to withstand any flooding that could ever possibly come our way. James says, greeting from Texas. Love the channel. Thanks, James. What's it like in Texas? Tell me it's better than Oregon. Ellie, say hi. Say hi, Mama. Anthony says, I have a TRT level of 134 and suffer from depression. My urologist is giving me the runaround. What should I do? Just keep hunting, man. If your urologist won't do it, look for a TRT clinic online. Find a different primary who's willing to talk to you. Go get creative, I think, and talk to a naturopath or something. Just don't give up. Don't stop. If you're depressed and your testosterone levels are that low, they should be addressed. If you can't address them naturally, you deserve to be treated. RG says, out of curiosity, you still sticking to drinking 1 to 2 times a week? I find that works best for me also. I mean, yeah, mostly. Sometimes I drink a little bit more, but mostly I do stick to that, and it's going well. Junk liked and subbed. Hell yeah, appreciate it. Kirsten, hey. She says, how are you? Sure looks sunny out west this evening. It is sunny. I was just asking myself, like, why did I decide to sit facing the sun? Check this out, you guys. My dog straight up just likes to plop her butt down. We call her little Buddha sit. And then she just stares at the sun. I have another dog inside that you can't get her out here for the life of you. All right, let's see. How are you, Kirsten, by the way? It's good to see you. Charlie says, so how's your pops doing, Noah? He's okay. I mean, he's managing life the best he can, like all of us. Finding things to be grateful for, passionate about, learning how to take care of himself and honor his own wants relative to what he thinks he should be doing. I can say that that's kind of what's going on with me too. Rosalind says, I love your videos. Thank you, Rosalind. It's nice of you. Anthony says, thank you. You got it. William says, help from Brazil, or hello from Brazil. What's going on, William? Ryan Carr says, so cute, right? Isn't it like the cutest thing ever? It makes me so happy when I see her sitting that way. Maverick says, hi, Noah, I love your videos on anxiety. I'm glad to know that. Thank you for saying that. Green Grape says, struggled with horrible DPDR 2 years ago. Your videos on it made me feel like I wasn't going insane. Here to say thank you. Nice for you to take a moment out of your day to say thank you. I'll always be humbled to know that some of my videos, particularly when I was really struggling with mental health and really focusing on on a lot of mental health stuff, they resonated with some people, and people connected with it, and that makes me feel good. And I'm glad you're one of them. William says, you are very beautiful. Thank you, William. I appreciate it. Autumn Markham says, hi. Hi, Autumn. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope the family's doing well. It's fun. Kirsten says, tough few weeks and also a bit stressful, but hanging in good enough. What's been hard about it? Kirsten, not to get too personal, but just generally speaking, what do you think's been the hardest thing? Yeah, it's an okay view. I'm thankful to have a spot to plop my butt. Sorry for the shakiness. I didn't really think about that part of doing this on my phone. Rosalind says, I love your videos and I'm your fan. I'm thankful to have you as my fan. I'm glad you like the videos. Ryan says, you're making a huge difference. Forget the haters. You're an I am. I don't know what the I am says, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Jess Shaker says, hi, what's up? Charlie says, when you're feeling down in the dumps, do you have certain songs you listen to make yourself feel better emotionally? Yeah, I mean, I think music that's nostalgic for me. I think music that harkens back to teenage years and middle school years and early 20 years. It just, yesteryear music just makes me feel good. So I'd say that would be what I would listen to. Oh, inspiration. Thanks, Ryan. Good on you, man. Rosalind says, hi, Rosalind. William says, I suffer from depression and anxiety. You're not alone, but I'm sorry that you suffer from those things. I honestly wouldn't wish depression and anxiety on anyone. Autumn says, it's hot outside and it's hot in my room. Is it? How hot is it in your room? It's like, it feels good. Scofie says, you changed a lot of people's lives, and most importantly, you changed yours. One of the hardest things anyone can do. Thank you for your art and your work. That's nice. Yeah, I love live streaming. I kind of forget about it sometimes. I just forget about it. I forget to do it, but everyone on here is typically just so positive and nice. And that feels good. Rosalind said, did you have a good Easter? Yeah, absolutely. Did you? Carrie M says, single best morning habit. I would say physically, drinking 2 glasses of water before I do anything. Mentally and emotionally, just going through a gratitude list in my head as fast as possible. James Becker says, do you like motorcycles and have you ever had one? I 100% do like motorcycles. I have owned a couple. I had a Ducati 900 Monster when I was a fair bit younger. More recently, I had a Honda Shadow. That said, I suppose something has changed in me mentally to where I don't know if it seems worth the risk anymore, but I do like them and I've had a lot of fun. Ryan says, it's okay to fail, it's okay to not be okay. Fact. Absolute fact, Ryan. Thumbgas says, bro, as a vet and suffering from PTSD from war, it sucks, but TRT have helped a ton. You've inspired a bunch, man, and I appreciate you. I've kept it real. Thanks, man, and thank you for your service, and I'm sorry you struggle with the things that you are uniquely qualified to struggle with. I'm wishing you the very best. Kirsten says, just struggling with low mood and addiction. Also considering my medication and making changes, but it feels tough when it comes to bipolar because I know how reckless it can be to go without. Damn, that's tough. That's tough. What would you say is the biggest difference, Kirsten, for you when you're on meds versus off? Thanks for being vulnerable with everyone. Autumn says maybe 100. That's hot. You win. That's really, really hot. Rosalind says, yes, I did have a good Easter. Well, heck yeah, good. Marcella says, greetings and best wishes from Ireland. Love that. Greetings back to you. Autumn says, about to go back to school tomorrow. Okay. You excited? You nervous? You stressed? You happy? What are your thoughts? Nathan says, what should I do about pleasure? And I've tried to stop and have been. How else do I let stress out? Reframe your question, your question, Nathan. I'm not following. Kirsten says, also many changes with work, new ownership, and living situations cost all at once. Yeah, change is, I have so much empathy for you, Kirsten. Change in general, it doesn't matter what the change is, for me, speaking for myself, positive, negative, sudden, premeditated. I have a visceral, emotional, serious response to any change, and I'm a creature of comfort. I'm a survivalist. I want to stay with what I know. And to this day, I kind of wonder how that impacts me and in what ways and stuff like that. William Julian says, I feel myself depressed and anxious, and I wish I had the will to start some physical exercise. I think it will help me a lot. I think it will too. I'm sorry for your mental state. And I wonder, William, if it would be best to lower the bar of entry for exercise for yourself. I know that that's something other people have done that helps. And I think over the years, I've kind of done that when needed. But maybe for you, exercising can be going for a 5-minute walk, and that's your exercise for the day. And you do that for a while, and maybe a different day you do 10 air squats, and that's your exercise for the day. I wonder if just making the exercise itself something more tangible and doable and small will give you more likelihood that you'll succeed, and then you'll get more energy to do more. It doesn't have to be anything big, that's what I'm trying to say. Why did I sit? There we go, that's a little better. Mohammed says, hi Noah, I'm from Pakistan. My English not really good, but I much understand you. I suffer from low T, 182 nanograms per deciliter. My doc not prescribing testosterone. Oh. Mohammed, I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry you suffer from low T. That's not a good space, and I hope you find someone that will treat you. Those numbers are really low, and I'm rooting for you. Death Shaker says, it took me a long time to cope with bipolar type 2. I bet. Aisha says, hey Noah. Hey Aisha. Hope you're well. Autumn says, nervous. That's okay. That makes sense. It's okay to be nervous. Doesn't mean something bad is happening. Jimmy McGee says, love from Dublin. I appreciate the love. Sending it right back. William says, changes are a huge thing for me. They cause me a lot of anxiety. Same, man. I get it. I really do. Anthony says, I want to thank you for your videos. I've been following you for 7 years and watched all of them. Wow. Thank you for saving my life. That's powerful. Thank you for being here, and thank you for saying that and being a part of my life. Trent says, hey Noah, love your channel. Just found you not too long ago. I've had DPDR before and have recovered, but fell back into it again. Love how real you are with everything and for the support. Damn, I'm sorry you fell back into it, but you know better than anyone that if you fell in, you can fall back out. You can get back out, so hang in there, okay? Rosin says, love your videos. I appreciate it. Kirsten says, with mood regarding to being on meds and not on meds for bipolar, with mood tends to be pretty stable. I just hate feeling dependent on it. Without, I can, excuse me, I can be up for days at a time. Interesting. Really productive, but careless as a parent and with money. Huh. That's really interesting. Thanks for sharing that. Mike Macias says, enjoying the OnlyFans interactions? Absolutely. It's a fun, interesting little side of life that I think most people will never experience. And yeah, and I definitely enjoy my interactions on OnlyFans. It's fun. Ray Don't Play says, I just started TRT 2 weeks ago. I got tested. It was 192. That is low. Good on you. I hope you find your right dose and your right frequency and your rhythm. And I hope you're nice and patient early on as your body gets used to it and your brain sort of stabilizes. William says, it's funny how changes, at least for me, can be responsible for a positive excitement and anxiety at the same time, right? Well said. Get out of here, bug. Alexander says, I have depersonalization for my borderline personality disorder. Your channel has always helped me, especially your videos on depersonalization. Much love. I'm glad they could help, and I appreciate you being here and being honest. Kirsten says, I once took my kids on a 2-mile walk at midnight to the gas station for snacks. They thought it was a great adventure, but it was unsafe. I didn't realize it. Realize I did it until I saw the $40 receipt. I also hate change. I've never handled it really well. I love how real you are right now. You're a hammer for admitting that, Kirsten. And you're obviously a very, very thoughtful and caring mom. So says, hey man, how is your recovery doing? Love you, man. If you mean recovery is in referring to sobriety, I am no longer sober and haven't been for quite some time, but I also don't identify as an alcoholic anymore. So I'm just living a different lifestyle and have a different perspective on drink, drug, food, stuff like that, as far as how I associate with it and how I identify with it. But I'm doing well, and I got love for you too. Charlie says, in October of last year, I found out that I'm in remission from cancer. Fuck yeah. I believe that I was given a second chance. I watch your videos and others to cheer myself up. I love that. I believe you were too. And good for you. I can only imagine. Thomas Travis says, have you ever used or do you currently use medical marijuana? What are your thoughts on using marijuana? I personally don't, because I don't enjoy the way it makes me feel, but I think marijuana can be a very positive thing for people if it's in the right context for the right reasons, and if it's in balance with the other parts of your life. I certainly think anything can be abused, and marijuana is no exception. So I think when it comes to smoking or drinking for that matter, if you're doing it to escape the throes of your life or the reality of your thoughts or your feelings, or you're not dealing with things, and or it's taking away from things in a really detrimental way, personally, financially, maritally, stuff like that, then it could be a problem. But can it have a healthy place in someone's life? Hell yeah. I know a lot of people that smoke weed. Almost everyone I know smokes weed. I'm one of the few people that I know that doesn't smoke weed, but only because I don't enjoy the way it feels. Have you ever used, okay, XD45 says, what does drinking alcohol do for you? Just changes the experience. Just creates a different dynamic and a different wrinkle to just the life experience. I wouldn't say it enhances anything per se. It just creates something different. And I do enjoy how it feels in the right setting, in the right context. Brandon Smith says, what was your experience with Klonopin? I'm taking it daily because of work. I have social anxiety. Look, Klonopin was something that was, I think I took clonazepam, the generic, but it's something that was really helpful as needed to work through potential anxiety attacks a long, long time ago. And I haven't used it in many, many, many years, but I think having it available for that was great. That said, I was always particularly scared of dependence and withdrawal. And I had a psychiatrist who was crazy, mindful of that. So he would never want me as a patient to take it more than I wasn't taking it for those reasons. That said, I have heard of people such as yourself that do take it more frequently, perhaps low dose, and have found good success. They're working with the provider. I couldn't speak on it. I just know that I was glad it was there when I had it. I just haven't had it or thought I needed it for a very long time. Brandon Smith, I only take 0.5 milligrams. Yeah, so you take low dose. And I think that's what I took as well whenever I was in a real pickle. Samantha says, do you know what a woman can take to raise her testosterone? I got my hormones done, and apparently I am producing none for a woman. I struggle with anxiety, DPDR, and PTSD from it. You have helped me. You see, oops. That's really interesting. And that's a rare question. I don't usually get a question like that, Samantha. I imagine there are creams, or you too could be treated, but you would have to consult, obviously, a medical professional and look into that. But no doubt, if there's a hormone imbalance and it's impacting you, women need testosterone as well. Hi, Ellie. Then yeah, get help and figure out how you can get treated. All right, everyone, we're going to check in with the puppy. Hey, little puppy. What are you doing? What are you doing, love? What are you doing? Can I help you? Can I help you? Thank you. Thank you, sweet girl. Thank you, sweet girl. Okay. Okay. She's a kisser. All right, where were we? Forgive me, you guys. It's a lot easier to keep track of this on a computer. I don't imagine I will do this on the phone again anytime soon because I'm shaking around trying to figure out what's going on. It's harder to see. So bear with me. Samantha, oh, okay. William says, congrats on your development on the alcohol. Thank you, I think. I appreciate it. This day in mystery, I got skipped. Uh-oh. Try not to do that. My apologies. Go ahead and put in your question again. Or let me see if I can find you, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure, my friend. But I hope you know it wasn't intentional. Rosalind says your dog is cute. Ellie is the cutest. Ellie is the cutest. Alex Flores says, do you believe in Jesus? Absolutely. Emma says, I actually am just about to get my med card in PA. It'll be interesting. I think, yeah, it will be. Keep your finger on the pulse of that. Brandon Smith says, thank you for answering my question. I appreciate it. Of course, man. Who am I not to? VM says, has alcohol adversely affected your liver at all? You know, I haven't had liver enzymes tested in a very long time. Last I tested them, they were just fine. But I think it's an important thing to keep your eye on. I don't think I drink enough for that to be a problem. I certainly live a very healthy lifestyle overall. Mira says, do you think making a video about self-sabotage? I wonder if you mean, like, do I think I would make a video about self-sabotage? Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I have to get out of my own head about overanalyzing things and wondering if I'm falling into patterns that are predictable and applicable to me based on my past that could fall in line with self-sabotage. But I try to breathe easy, do some reality testing, and obviously communicate and talk to people if I need to. But I don't have any deep inspiration to make a video other than to say it crossed my mind sometimes. I was prescribed from Kirsten. I was prescribed Ativan for anxiety and panic attacks as needed, but definitely saw potential for dependency. I still have it, but try not to take it. Yeah, I'm in that same boat. And I wouldn't be opposed to having a prescription around. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I've always been told that benzodiazepines are like the pill form of alcohol, but I don't care for the feeling of being on a benzo. So I don't know what that is. Holy crap, I'm starting to get cold. Okay. Greg John says, I just wanted to say thanks for all of the inspiration and honesty, brother. I love you from Australia. I have love for you too, Greg. Thank you for saying that. Rosalind said, your dog is so cute. He's a little cutie. Intrepid said, hey, what's up? You're a big inspiration. I wanted to know if you have any advice about my situation. I feel practically brain dead, like my brain is disconnected from my body. You know, I certainly wouldn't even know where to begin as far as what you should do other than to talk about it, to get support, to talk about it some more, to seek treatment or avenues of getting you back into a safe and comfortable mental space, not to accept it per se, to be easy with yourself, to be brave, those sort of general things I would say for you. And to never ever give up. William Julian says, your dog is so sweet. I've never had any dog or any pet because I'm very allergic. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, she's an absolute sweetheart. Like this dog is an incredibly sweet dog. Tropical Fruit Loop says, do you think decline in nutritional habits causes decline in mental health? For me, I think so. I do think so as well. Nathan Anderson, I got skipped. Okay. Sorry about that, Nathan. Go ahead and leave me another question and I will do my best not to miss it. I am like shuffling on my screen, and if I let my finger off the screen, I've realized with this live stream on my phone, the messages disappear or it takes me to the bottom. Kirsten says, my manager has recently talked with the doctor about his moods and probable depression and anxiety. We have had many honest and intentional talks on the topic. It's nice to have someone to share that with. It's imperative. We all need to be able to be real with someone, and to be vulnerable with someone and to communicate. Rosalind says hello. Hey, Rosalind. Kirsten says, not always easy to find someone like that true, especially at work. Very thankful and grateful for him. Yeah, I'm thankful he's there for you as well. Nikki Dior says, thank you for being transparent. I've watched a few of your videos, and although I do not struggle with alcoholism, you have dropped some gems in other things you talk about. Thank you. You're very welcome. Dirk Diggler says, strive and prosper. Oh, man. Thank you. The White Wolf says, you should go for a walk while talking with everyone. If I could find a way to still see your comments and like keep my camera stable, I think that's a great idea. But it would just be a mess. It would just be shaky. It would be crazy, but I like the idea. Intrepid said, thank you for your answer, of course. Dylan Toomey says, I'm hungover. That's okay, Dylan. That's okay. Just be extra nice to Dylan today. That's what I would say to you if you're hungover. Don't listen too hard or don't read too much into your thoughts and your feelings the day you're hungover. Drink lots of fluids, get some electrolytes, take a nice hot shower or bath. Be extra gentle with Dylan today, Dylan. Frank the Tank says, yo, what up, Frank? This day in a mystery again. You were right on top of Rosalind. I missed you again. How's that possible? All right, we're gonna go back to Rosalind. Let's see. I don't see you, brother. I don't know. Just want to say thank you for inspiration, honesty. Yeah, I don't see you. I'm seeing your comment saying you're being skipped, but I don't see anything else. Sorry about that. Seems like you believe in drugs, not Jesus. I hear you, Alex. I hear you. William Julian says, it's so true what Kirsten said, knowing you are not going to be judged for opening yourself. Oh, it's so hard. You know, I'm someone who's chosen to make a lot of my private life and a fair bit of my private thoughts and experiences public. And I accept that invites me for criticism, or to criticism and judgment. I still think it's more worth it than not, but it can be uncomfortable and scary, the idea of being misunderstood or not accepted or detested or something. And I think that experience is even more powerful when you're putting yourself out there for another human being in person. Kirsten says, cool temps out there this weekend. It's like 68, maybe 65. I'm fasted right now, so I'm freaking freezing. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Mowed the lawn this morning in the sunshine. I enjoyed it. We have had wind, rain, and snow and low 30s. Brr. God, I shiver and shudder at the thought. Supposed to be 50 Wednesday. We like to get all of our seasons in. Good Lord, in 1 week here. I love it. It's like sounds like a more brutal Portland. Frank the Tank says, how can I get testosterone? Talk to a primary. I think there are TRT clinics that are available where you can do like online consultations with a physician. Just do your research. I definitely think starting with a general practitioner and seeing if they can is not a bad way to go. Marsden says, you are a type of masculinity I love to see. I'll take it, and thank you. Kirsten says, my manager has very much been there for me and been extremely supportive of me and my children and my situation in general. Sounds like a hammer. Forgive me if I say this wrong. Anise says, hi, Noah. Hope you're well, brother. Just wanted to ask, it must be Anise. Is it okay to use 30 gauge half inch for TRT? I use 25 gauge and it sometimes hurts very badly, bro. Any advice would be helpful. Love from the UK. So I can't give medical advice, but here's what I'll say. I use a 27 gauge, I believe. It's half inch and it works great. Maybe I do use a 30. The point is, you can use a much smaller gauge than you think. I use a much smaller gauge than a lot of guys think. I don't want a massive needle, but I wonder if 30 is a touch too small. I wish I knew for sure. Steak says, why is your nose is big? Because that's the nose my mama and my granddaddy gave me. They passed it on to me. That's why my nose is so big. Nathan says, again, me too, skipped. Guys, are you like asking a question that's getting flagged or something that I'm not seeing, and maybe YouTube is flagging it or making it so I can't see, because I'm reading every comment, and other than the comments of you saying you've been skipped, I'm just not seeing your guys' name, which is a bummer for you guys if somehow it's being missed. Kirsten says, at William Jillian, yes, cool. Brian says, hey, no, what's up, Brian? Alex Flores says, being a little harsh, but just want you to understand Jesus can take away your anxiety. Oh, no, but you're okay. You're welcome to say anything you want. It's perfectly okay with me. And I don't have any anxiety, and I have a really good relationship with my higher power. But it sounds like you're passionate about Jesus, and that's okay. Brian says, I'm suffering from severe anxiety and panic. Any advice? Ugh. Man, I mean, there's so much advice you could give on anxiety and panic. I think learning to soothe yourself and calm yourself is important. So I think relaxation practices and stress reduction practices are important. I think working with a really good therapist is important. I think Epsom salt baths and breath work are important. I think communicating to other people your stress and being soothed by their comforts and their words is important. I think identifying underlying health issues and hormone issues are important. I think maintaining more hope than grief is important, and never giving up. Alex Flores says, you just need a low dose. You got it. William says, honestly, Alex, with respect, it's not just as simple like that. I think this whole situation is a self-knowledge process that can include some kind of religion or not. I agree. Ford Tuss says, Nathan, he has addressed you twice. The first time he asked you to rephrase your question. Oh, okay. As he did not understand what you were asking. I already forgot that I said that because I'm getting old and I didn't remember that. But thank you for reminding me and maybe clarifying that for Nathan. Infinity Gauntlet says, hello, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Lisa says 30 gauge is too small. She might be right. I think I draw with an 18 and pin with a 25 or a 27. Frank the Tank says, thanks, bro. God bless. You helped me a lot. Good night. I'm glad to know that. That feels good. And good night to you too. I'm going to watch Dr. Plull. Bye. Later, Roslyn. XOXO at Alex Flores says, Jesus gave us himself, but also gave us science to help us as well. God invented science. There's nothing wrong with seeking help while seeking God. Amen. This day is a mystery. Oh goodness, happened again. I give up. Take care. Yeah, again, this day in mystery, I can see that. And I can see you saying, can y'all see my question? And I'm going question for question, brother. I can't see anything else though. Lisa says, dog person or cat person? Probably a dog person, but there are some cats I really, really love. I might just be an animal person. You know what they say about people with big noses, right? Frank the Tank. No, what do they say about us big nose people? This day in mystery says it's definitely not inappropriate. Well, that's good. Marsden says, going to uni in a year, scary stuff. Yeah, change is scary. Be brave, accept your feelings, right? Talk about them, and you'll do great. Alex says, look at what you're sitting at. It's a nice chair. Scorpio says, I'm on day 1 again of my porn recovery. Well, good luck to you, okay? Ines says, thanks, brother. I'll use a 27 gauge from now on. Thanks for the advice. You're a good human being. Love and respect. Love and respect back to you. Oh, God, I'm even cold. I might go inside. Karium says, it's funny how moments you realize how far you've come in recovery comes when you observe yourself in a difficulty that feels like you're not recovered at all. Let me read that. Kareem says, it's funny how moments you realize how far you've come in recovery comes when you observe yourself in a difficulty that feels like you are not recovered at all. That's deep. That may have gone over my head, but I think I understand. Top View Play says, thoughts on Tyson Fury and his rise from depression to heavyweight champion. I think it's awesome. I think it's inspirational, and I'm happy for him. Infinity Gauntlet says, I hate my job. It makes me depressed and miserable, but it pays $200K a year. Do you suggest I just quit to save my sanity or get some therapy to cope? I think that's a big decision. I think therapy would be a reasonable place to start. And I think always landing on the reality that you're choosing to stay at your job, you have your reasons. And if you think the reasons to stay outweigh the reasons you might leave, then own them and accept them, and then work to manage the response that's stressful, right? But I think working with a therapist would be a good spot. You know, money's great, and I love it, right? But it's a tool. Get out of here, B! It's a tool, and you want to weigh the pros and cons of needing a certain amount relative to your wellness, your stability. I know, I'm starting to like shiver and shake. It's cold. Yeah, I know that I value my mental space a lot, so, but we all have to make money. Kirsten says, I'm struggling with some post-COVID issues, but it seems to be getting a little bit better, making it back to the gym somewhat more anyways. Does your dad ever feel off? Does your day ever feel off if you don't get that workout in? I mean, off, but not in an extreme way typically. I've certainly had days where I was feeling down or hopeless or ruminating a lot, and the gym saved me. But I've also had days where I was feeling great with or without the gym, and I just sort of missed it. Russ says, how to deal with suicidal thoughts after going through rough patches in life. Let's see, what did I do when I had suicidal thoughts? 1, find people you're comfortable talking to. 2, acknowledge that thoughts are just thoughts, and to be gentle with them, observe them. But unless you are getting to a space where you're thinking of making a plan, you know, it's okay to have them. It doesn't mean there's anything bad or wrong about you. I think they're fairly normal. They can be very upsetting, very scary. So try not to judge them. Definitely talk to someone though if they're becoming debilitating or anything like that. I'm just live streaming.
Hi.
Hi. You ready?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, you guys, I'm going to, I'm going to catch up. I got a couple more questions and I'll come inside. Okay, the wifey wants to go to Goodwill, so I'm going to do that. Let me just quickly, Russ, hang in there, get support. I'm going to quickly march down the last couple here. Marsden says, what music are you into right now? Oh my God, country. I'm a country head right now. Kirsten says, I hate not having it in my daily routine in the way that I used to be able to keep it up on it. Yeah, to keep up on. I get you. And I'm always rooting for you to find any peace and any stability and any consistency you can, Kirsten. You're one of the good ones. Cindy says, just wondering, are you still drinking? I am, sometimes. Hope you're doing good and enjoying life. I am as well, and I appreciate you. XOXO says, God bless you, Noah. You are so kind to spend your time helping others with your continued success and all things in your life. Good night, everyone. Good night to you, and thank you. Dog sits like a queen, right? From CP. Rich Dunn says, does life ever seem too much to continually fix? Tiring, cannot find love or passion? Yeah, I suppose sometimes it does, but I just err on the side of moving forward anyway and connecting with people anyway, and I hope you find someone to connect with. I think it's worth it. Samantha says, you mentioned you had a mental breakdown a few years back. What was the root of that? Was it DPDR, alcoholism? Do you know what the source was that made you finally break? Yeah, I think it was an accumulation of a lot of things that would take a long time to talk about, but one was a lot of self-esteem issues. I had low testosterone issues. I had identity issues, I suppose, and I did have some depression and anxiety, and then I took a medication that I had a bad reaction to. It's all over my channel. I'm sure you could find it if it was something that really interested you. Read the description of my videos, actually. This day in mystery. Oh no, LOL, I give up. Night, night. Noah, keep up the good work. Cheers. Cheers to you, man. Mr. Logan says, I just got frickin' married. Just wanted to share. Love you, Noah. That's awesome. Good for you. William says, big hug from Brazil. Kirsten says, have a good night. Noah, have fun at the Goodwill. My daughter loves that place. Nice to see you. Good to see you too. Thank you for always being so amazing. And Jewel, you look like your dad. Wow, I know. I really do. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself, be kind, and be gentle.